A UN refugee camp in Jordan. Christian Syrian refugees tell us they have been blocked by Muslim UN officials from living in these camps or getting any help whatsoever. One of them, Hassan, a Syrian convert to Christianity, told us in a phone call, Muslim UN camp officials knew that we were Muslims who became Christians, and they dealt with us with persecution and mockery. They didn't let us into the office. They ignored our request. Hassan and his family are now in hiding, afraid that they will be arrested by Jordanian police or even killed. There is clear evidence of discrimination by the United Nations Refugee Agency in Jordan against Christians. And it's part of the reason that while tens of thousands of Syrian Muslim war refugees have been settled in the United States and Britain, less than 1% have been Christian. And the two governments that could stop this persecution of Christian refugees, the U.S. and Britain, have done little to nothing about it. Christian refugees in the Middle East have been persecuted, ignored, and finally forgotten by Western governments. But a former Archbishop of Canterbury is saying enough. Lord George Carey has announced he's suing Britain's Home Office, alleging that politically correct officials have been institutionally biased against Christian refugees. He also wants to find out why out of the 60,000 Syrian war refugees accepted into the United States and Britain in 2014, almost none were Christian. Lord Carey's attorney, Paul Diamond, explains the case.
And so you have this absurd situation that a scheme is set up to help Syrian refugees, and the people most in need, Christians who have been genocided, they can't even get into the UN camps to get the food. The Muslim UN guards will block you getting in. They'll laugh at you and mock you and threaten you.
Another Syrian refugee, Timothy, who told us he became a Christian after seeing Jesus in a dream, said he was also blocked from entering a refugee camp by Muslim UN officials.
All of the United Nations, almost of them, 99%, they are Muslim. And they were treating us as enemies.
Sunni Muslim officials have blocked the way, laughed at these people, threatened them, said you shouldn't have converted, you're an idiot for converting, you get what you get, words to that effect.
Lord Carey says by doing nothing, Western governments are complicit in what he calls the steady crucifixion of Middle East Christians.
No simple measures are taken by both the British and the American government. It'd be as simple just to open up a refugee camp for religious minorities, for Christians, Yazidis, whatever they are, and they'd be safe, but no one does that.
Christian refugees who have managed to make it to Western countries are increasingly being deported back to Muslim nations where they face grave danger. Swedish attorney Gabriel Donner, who represents Christian asylum seekers, says Sweden is now deporting up to 1/3 of Christian refugees back to Muslim nations, where they're likely to be imprisoned or killed. One of those Christian refugees now facing imminent deportation is Iman Amir Arang from Iran, shown here with members of his church in a foot washing. He says Swedish officials either did not understand or care about the evidence of his Christian faith.
So many atheists living in Sweden or are from Sweden, so they can't believe in somebody that believes in God. Just because they don't believe in our Lord, they don't trust anybody else to believe in the Lord either.
They don't understand the message in the Bible. It's just completely alien to them.
President Trump told CBN News in 2017 that Christian refugees would be given a priority, but Muslim governments officially classify Christians as security threats, causing their asylum applications to Western nations to be rejected. The UN's Refugee Agency did not respond to our request for answers. Lord Carey has publicly appealed for financial help in his suit against the British Home Office, which has already threatened the 84-year-old churchman with all court costs if he loses. Meanwhile, the Home Office is spending a lot of time and money on the resettlement of ISIS children. Dale Hurd, CBN News, London.